ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another production of Late Nights with Anthony. I'm your host, Anthony DeWare. Last week, we spoke with Marie-Laure LeBlanc on World War II. Tonight, we have special guest Frank Volkheimer here to discuss with us his own views on the war, his friend Warner Fennick, and his experiences in the military. Please, let's welcome Mr. Volkheimer to the stage.
Thanks for having me, Anthony. It's my pleasure to be here to share my stories with you.
Happy to have you. Let's start off the night with a few questions. How did you meet young Warner Fennick?
I was working as an assistant to Dr. Hutman at the National Institute where Warner had gotten accepted. He was exceptional in math and was invited to work with myself and Dr. Hutman on using technical science to locate and track down enemy radios.
Quite impressive. How did that turn out?
It worked out quite well. Warner was able to detect and locate an enemy within seconds. He was quite exceptional, but there was always a hint of reluctance when he was doing his job. I don't think he was proud of what he was doing.
And what was your role in these military jobs?
Warner would use radio signals to detect and locate the enemy. The rest of the team, myself and Newman, would go in and take them out. I helped Warner since the beginning, but because of his advanced knowledge in radios, I felt more like he was teaching me.
Interesting. Moving forward, what happened to you and Warner in St. Malo?
St. Malo was the last place I saw Warner. We had been in the basement of the Hotel of Bees when the Americans bombed St. Malo. It was a rough time for both of us. The little hope he had came from listening to a young girl read over the radio. She was his light. At the end of around 3 days, I knew Warner had to get to this girl. So I built a barricade and bombed our way out. I was doubtful it would work, but we found success.
Could you tell us more about this girl?
He'd been listening to her for some time. He didn't tell us about her location, but I knew he was keeping our secret. While we were trapped, she was trapped as well. At night, she would plead for help. As soon as we got out, I sent him to go save her while I found food. He never returned.
How do you feel that Warner changed your views on the war?
Warner was good. We all knew what we had to do to survive this war. Warner wasn't as tough-skinned. Everything always affected him more. We both love science, and the war gave us an opportunity to use and grow our knowledge. It was unfortunate that as much as it killed Warner to do it, it was his only way out of death. Seeing a boy mentally destroyed by the war changed many of my thoughts on it.
I agree with you that it's quite upsetting to watch such a bright mind be destroyed by the war. Expanding on this, what are some things that you experienced in the war that changed you?
Great question. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely.
There are many things that I did in the war that I'm not proud of, such as in harsh winter, I stole clothes and boots off prisoners. It made me feel powerful at the time, and now looking back on it, I'm slightly disgusted that I would treat another person like that. We were at the top of the food chain in the war. Who wouldn't want to be? I never thought of killing people as murder. It was my job, but I stole lives. That's not something that gets easier to live with every day. There was always a voice in the back of my head that told me it was wrong, but I had to do it.
If you don't mind me asking, why?
For Warner. Everything I did was to protect that boy. In the end, it wasn't enough. I couldn't save him.
How incredibly moving. I'm very sorry for your loss, and I hope that everything is moving upwards for you. Unfortunately, it looks like that's all the time that we have. Thank you for coming and meeting with us, Frank, and sharing with us your experience in the war. It was lovely to have you. I'm your host, Anthony DeWare. I'd love to stay and chat, but it's getting kind of late, don't you think? Hope to see you next week. Good night.
Bloopers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another production of, what's this called?
Late night.
Late night.
Thanks for having me.
You fucking kidding. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Anthony.
I'm your guest.
Frank.
Hello.
I was not aware that this was recording. My bad. Oh, I know, it's bad.
No, my house gets dusty too. Jesus.
I will survive.
We dust my house. Just kidding.
I haven't dusted since last spring. It's usually my job. I just don't do it. It's the only thing I remember doing since I was little. And I'm like, I don't want to do the dishes. I'll dust the whole house. Because the lemon stuff smells good.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're in the shot.
God damn it.
The end.